Hello, and welcome to Extranet User Manager's introduction to its Dev 14 release. Me and some of my colleagues are going to be sharing some of the key highlights of this release with you. For quick introductions, I'll introduce myself and then my colleagues can introduce themselves and then I'll pick things back up. I'm Julian Mills. I'm Vice President of Product and Marketing with Extranet User Manager, and we're very proud to be sharing the output of our collective team for the work that they've been doing in our last sprint to produce this version of the product.
Hi, I'm Dinesh Sohan, Director of Development and Products here at Envision IT, responsible for overseeing the development team that creates Extranet User Manager suite of products.
Hello, I'm Maha El-Kashari, Senior Consultant with Envision IT. I am the Project Manager for Extranet User Manager.
Great, thank you both. And so for quick context on the product, I'll just be sharing some high-level reminders about the product, the problem it solves, and its time in the market. So Extranet User Manager exists to make Microsoft simple. We provide an exceptional user experience that lets business connect and collaborate with external stakeholders and maintain the very high security you get with Microsoft 365 as well as Azure. And we've set it up to support the various processes that already exist within organizations. So IT is involved at the beginning, which is consistent with their role in terms of setting up the Microsoft environment. That ensures a seamless integration while the business can focus on what really matters, getting their job done. The way that we make Microsoft simple through the EUM suite is we really focus on simple and effective external collaboration. So the EUM portal provides a landing spot for all external users, very feature-rich solution that includes a user manager, publisher, documents, and data portal integration. And a big focus for us, and you'll be seeing how we're advancing the product in Dev 14 today, is around self-registration and onboarding for external users. Many of our clients are aware that we've been on the product on the market for a number of years. We are collaborating with our parent company, Envision IT, who have over 20 years of experience in making Microsoft simple. And the product's been on the market for a number of years, as you can see. The roadmap has hit some key milestones, and this year certainly was a very large milestone for us when we made sure that EUM was set up as a fully hosted SaaS product. And I'll hand things over to Maha, who can explain more about the latest release coming your way.
Thank you, Julian. Our focus in this release has really been about enhancing business user productivity. We've made it easier for users to share their contact information with some options to protect their privacy. We've also made it easier to create content in Portal with some new features for content authors. This release also includes some new solutions that support client usage scenarios, and we've made it easier than ever to set up these collaboration spaces. We've also looked into the word Teams. So as we know, the word Teams means many different things depending on the context. So we've made sure to clarify Microsoft's intent and to remove the confusion. Finally, our platform is based on Microsoft 365, and we've made sure that our backend processes align with Microsoft security best practices. So if there is, for example, any feature that is getting deprecated, we make sure to replace it with its modern equivalent. We also have some new integrations within the Microsoft 365 ecosystem made possible with an exciting new partnership. Our clients can benefit in a number of ways with this release. First of all, we make it so easy to create a community within your portal. Every user has their own My Profile page. They have the ability to update their image and to create a bio that is published into their member directory page. The member directory itself makes it easy to browse, search, and connect within your network. And of course, we also have a new feature for improved portal content authoring, with the new media picker. We've also made the setup of collaboration spaces much easier. So if you're running an executive board or running a committee, we've made the setup of both these entities much simpler. All you need to do is fill out a form. You get the collaboration space pre-set up with all the necessary security. And in the case of executive boards and committees, we've also made it easy to create meetings that automatically appear in your members' calendars. For the project managers, we also have a project solution. We've made it easy to set up projects. The project structures can be customized according to the needs and size of your project. We've also made it easy to onboard your external collaborators, such as consultants, vendors, and so on, with the necessary security and access to the documents you design. And of course, behind the scenes, our team's provisioning solution holds everything together. We've made an attempt at also enhancing this platform with some new features as well. We've also integrated with our new partner, LMS 365. It's now possible to provide an enhanced learning portal within the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. And we've made it easy for course administrators to use EUM Admin to set up their courses and invite their users in. Dev 14 was actually released on June 30, and it's now available for customer installations. Our customer success team is going to be contacting our clients over the next few weeks and with upgrade information. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you can't wait. Get in touch with inquiry@extranetusermanager.com. To take a closer look at the features we've built out for content authors, our portal comes with an integrated what you see is what you get editor called Froala. In this release, we've upgraded Froala to its latest version. And we've also created a new feature called Media Picker that makes it easy to upload and pick images and media. There's also, of course, an enhanced asset search that makes locating the assets you want to include in your page a very easy operation. We also have, of course, a metadata panel that displays the media properties as you're working with the different files. It's right there on the right-hand side in the screenshot. Every user gets their own My Profile page. This, of course, provides a more personal and community-oriented experience for all the portal members. They're able to upload and change their profile picture. They're able to provide a bio about themselves. They can provide contact information, social media links. And because the profile page is actually quite long, we also have a navigation guide on the top right corner. And the opt-in choices that I mentioned earlier are available right there at the top. Members can opt in to become members in the member directory, and they can choose to opt in or not opt in to display their email. And then finally, if there's a newsletter, they can also opt in to receive that newsletter through their profile. The member directory is another rich feature that we've included in Dev 14. It makes it easy to connect with members of your community, to search for them, browse for them. Each member gets a dedicated card with their contact information. Their social media links can also be made available right beneath their profile picture. So it makes it easier than ever to get in touch with them. The member cards are also fully customizable. So in addition to providing the contact info and social media links, we can add additional tags. So for example, in a conference scenario, we can add a tag that the user is a speaker or an exhibitor, and so on. Making Microsoft simple has really been our goal throughout this release. And we wanted to make sure that we clarify the word Teams. So Microsoft Teams is not equal to Microsoft or Teams in Microsoft. Microsoft Teams is the actual application itself that's used for messaging, meeting, and collaborating. Teams in Microsoft is really the overall collaboration capabilities within the Microsoft 365 suite. And in this release, we've made deploying and management teams very easy, and it's really the key to effective and sustainable user experiences. We've also given our users the choice to work in an environment that they're most comfortable in. So users have a choice of working in EUM Portal for a simplified user experience. They can run their own committees, their boards, their projects in Microsoft in EUM Portal. And just a quick note to say that we can also support many other collaborative scenarios. For those of us who are more comfortable in working in SharePoint Online, SharePoint Online is available through Portal, and you can use SharePoint team sites to actually collaborate with your files. And finally, users can, of course, work on Microsoft Teams, the platform, to chat, meet, and work with files. Behind the scenes, our enhanced Microsoft 365 provisioning solution really provides the support needed to actually provision all these collaboration spaces. It provides the support needed to actually provision the executive boards, the committees, the project sites, and the courses in the case of learning management integration. And of course, it provides an intuitive access and it provides users with the tools they need for their collaboration. The platform itself has been upgraded to align with the Microsoft 365 security best practices. We've made sure to remove deprecated features and we've replaced them with the latest Microsoft modern approach, which means, of course, there's less administrative overhead. And the tool set that we also use in our provision solutions include the upgrade of the SPFX framework that is used on the web parts. Finally, a little bit about our LMS 365 partnership. So LMS 365 and Extranet User Manager really share a common vision, and that's really to help clients increase their adoption and get the full benefit from their 365 investment. So LMS contributes there's a seamless integration with the Microsoft 365 workplace tools, and it makes available a platform that can be used for employee learning and training management. Extranet User Manager, or EUM, with its simple and seamless integration with both Microsoft 365 and LMS 365, also extends that learning management solution beyond your internal staff to your external collaborators. And then the LMS 365 is really a learning platform hosted in Microsoft 365, and it offers a familiar user experience for the members by leveraging such tools as SharePoint and Teams. It also helps clients increase their adoption and get their full benefit from their Microsoft 365 investment. And together, LMS 365 and EUM, it really allows organizations to extend learning opportunities to their external collaborators. Examples such as their partners, customers, volunteers, constituents, etc. It's also perfect for large-scale external sharing and training, and there's a low-friction administrative interface for the learning management admins. Again, external collaborators can benefit from the rich training assets within LMS, and it also has the potential for unlocking additional revenue offered by paid courses through the EUM e-commerce integrations. The new integrations really allow course administrators to provision courses. There's a rich user interface in EUM that allows allows users to pick from a choice of available catalogs. There are pull-down menus that showcase the available content in LMS 365. And after the courses have been set up, users can self-register for access, or they're invited in by their course administrators. And of course, the whole integration empowers the LMS admins to take control of their learner access without needing to go back to the IT departments. They do not need IT experience or involvement. And I now hand it over to Dinesh for the demo of Dev for Team.
So as a content author, you have access to edit the content on pages that are created within the portal. In here, you can see I've already went to the cogwheel and edit the page, which brings up the Cruella editor, which is a what you see, what you get type of editor. We've added enhancements to this, which is the media picker, which allows you to actually pick one of the existing recently used images within the portal itself, and you have the ability to choose the type of file size you want, or the renditions of those particular images to insert. Likewise, you have the ability to drag and drop your own files from your file system. So you can pick your pictures and such, and upload those as well to insert. Additionally, you can insert things like links to documents within the page themselves. And we can then save the changes right here, or you can go back to the page and save the changes as well. I'd like to just discard this one right now. So that's really the editor for the media picker library. The next piece that we talked about is accessing your profiles. So you can easily do that by going into your drop down here and choosing the My Profile page, which will bring you up to this page. This is fully customizable as well in terms of the fields that you want to apply to this page. So this is a sample full profile where you have the ability to enable your information showing up into the member directory, as well as do you want to share your email addresses to other members. You can fill out some text that describes yourself. So if somebody navigates to your profile page, what they can learn about you. All obviously optional address information and job title information. And then if you fill in social profiles, we can render the additional icons that allow people viewing your profile either on the member directory or on your profile page themselves to quickly navigate to those social links. So moving over to the member directory. So the member directory is, again, a collection of people who've, I guess, subscribed to displaying their information on the page, and we can drill into the particular individual to then see the rendered version of their profile page. So over here is where I put testing 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can see the about me is testing 1, 2, 3, 4. The fact that I have my information displayed on the member directory, but I'm not choosing to display any of my email addresses, or I have no social information entered, is why I'm not seeing any information. Likewise, somebody like Anish in this demo environment, he chose to fill in all his information so we can get to see all his different links accordingly. We also have the ability to tag people who show up in the member directory to events that they're participating in. In this case, Anish is participating in one of these online events called Managing Users for SharePoint Online. So the next piece of it where I'm going to show you about is itself back on the member directory. We also have the ability to change the kind of view in terms of cards, or in a static list like this. Also, you have the ability to quickly find. So if you know somebody's first name, for instance, Peter, but you didn't know exactly who Peter was, you can do that, and it filters the list of users for you. If you have a more full member directory, like we do have on a different environment, generally it's more nicely rendered from that side of things. And if I were to search for John, right, we have a John there. Next, I'm going to navigate over to showing the committees side of things. So on a committee page, we have multiple pieces that gets provisioned as part of the template. So in this case, for this template, we show relative documents related to the committee. We have upcoming meetings for a particular committee meetings. We have the past meetings, as well as all the members available to this particular committee. And I can choose to click a link to email all the members, or I can choose to copy all the addresses and use my my own, I guess, way of sending information to those particular members. If you would like to dive into a particular meeting, we can click on one of those, and then we can see the meeting details as to when the date, timestamps, any relatable documents associated to that particular meeting, as well as the link to join to that meeting. Right. So the next piece I want to talk about is provisioning projects. So in order to provision a project, you can either click on a new group, which actually brings across the project sites, and you can fill in the folder name as well as what type of permissions you want for creating that particular project site. If you choose to navigate to the EUM admin portal and you click on add new group, we now have the similar templates here. So you can provision a new committee template, which will render the committee page similar to this, or these things are customizable as well. And the project template, likewise, like I just showed you, as well. So this is basically the same form that we have here, except it's the actual provisioning of the project site in SharePoint, whereas this one here is actually creating a particular folder for that particular project site. So once your project site is created, you can do that. Within the project site itself, you can have several different folders, as we can see here, and I can choose to add different users to this. So how this works is if I type in an account, and that account does not exist already, it would take me down to the registration page. And these are required fields that I need to fill in to register that particular account. If there's already an account that already exists, we see that this is adding an existing user. These fields are filled in, and I can click on the submit, and then that user will be granted access to that particular folder structure. The last piece I want to touch on is the actual LMS 365 integration that we've had. So we've spent a lot of time integrating with LMS 365, and what happens when the form actually loads is actually makes a live call over to LMS 365 to determine what courses are available, training plans are available, course catalogs. And if I choose to add a course, I have a full drop down of the different types of courses for that particular training plan and such. And we pull all this course detail information from LMS 365. And then all we need to do is just create a name for the particular course that we're adding that would relate to the LMS 365 course, and save that. And then going forward, any members of this particular course will be added to the LMS 365. Oops. So I kind of want to flip back now to talk about what's coming up next. So we talked about data room, and data room is a way for clients and their particular vendors, or organization and their external parties, to share data across and have a particular set of data that's required, and the ability to track have they received the individual information or not, and a very easy and simple way of viewing that, as opposed to going through SharePoint and SharePoint lists and stuff like that. Things like applying, the strong Microsoft security, and using familiar applications such as Word and Excel, that everyday people continue to use on a day-to-day basis, is supported as well. You can also configure things like, for instance, in this case, in this example, we as an organization do have consultations with banks and stuff for financial services. So we generally have to submit reports for different applications, loan applications, and such like that. So this is a way for us as an organization to work with our banks and say, well, these are the documents that the banks require, and track to make sure that we've uploaded those particular documents according to them, as well as you can see who those documents are shared with within the same page itself. So there's no questions as to which document is right, because we don't have to look into our emails to find out which version was the correct version. It's all controlled, centrally controlled within one spot. And again, applying strong Microsoft securities, like conditional access policies for people who are signing in to view these documents. All those permissions and policies do still apply, as well as securing your documents to make sure that people can't email them, and have all those sorts of trackings within it. The second piece of application that we're going to release momentarily is our client partner portal. So this is a way for our clients to come in and see what's the state of a particular RFP or upcoming project, and where is that in the deployment process? Do the clients have licenses? What's the status of your licenses? Utilizing Power BI to render that up in an easily place for kind of tracking down where the different segmentations are within each of the deals and such like that. And then obviously we track all our information within CRM, so they can see the full pipeline as to where those particular deals are, and what the status of it is. So I just want to say thank you again for participating or joining and watching this video. We will continue to have release videos as we release new versions of the EUM suite, and hope you guys will join us for those as well.